May I have your attention? I am Carmen Griffin, Theater Operations Manager of the LaGuardia Performing Arts Center at LaGuardia Community College. Before the ceremony begins, let's review a few procedural items. To ensure a smooth and safe program, we ask that you remain seated throughout the ceremony and keep the aisles clear so that you are not obstructing the view of other guests. For the sake of all the graduates, please be courteous and remain for the entire program. At the end of the ceremony, stay in your seats until all the faculty have left the stage. Commencement exercises begin with the academic procession, a traditional ceremony in which college dignitaries and graduating students march together wearing traditional academic dress. Each party of the procession will be represented by faculty marshals carrying a banner. The graduating class of 2022 will march into the quad first, organized by major within the academic departments. As they march in, each graduate will stop by a faculty marshal and say his or her name into a microphone. After saying their names, the graduates will then continue to march to their seats and remain standing. Next, the faculty, staff, and alumni will enter. And finally, the presidential platform party, the last person in the procession is President Adams. In a few minutes, the orchestral selection, Pomp and Circumstance by Sir Edward Elgar will be played and the graduate processional will begin. Now entering the arena, the 2022 graduating class of LaGuardia Community College.
Daniela Science.
Tiana White. Maya Demby.
Kevin Kashko.
Karen Oseguera.
Musfika Rahman.
Fatumata Kulibali.
Maria Isabel Cleofer. Nova. Catherine Galan, paralegal major.
Heyman A, Business Administration.
Justine Muniz.
Ergi Meduja.
Brandon Ortiz.
Laura Ivanhoe.
Marcela Correa.
Lauren J. Ortega.
Rosa Rosario.
Wad Rabbani.
Simone McLeod Ellis. Dilnoza Shafkatova.
Sprinkle Tapa.
Annie Pincay.
Gladys Arias Accounting.
Carolina Nina.
Giancara Severino Maid, Accounting.
Marilisa Brito Zavala, accounting.
Ramandeep Kaur.
Steven Severe.
Aruz Paswa.
Simon Huyn.
Karina Salcedo.
Bradley Brito Dominguez.
Deanne Francis, Accounting.
Ana Peña.
Awesome.
Samantha Ramos. Tika.
Teray Stewart. Pedro Cabrera.
Jirin Taran Numu.
Farhana Sharmin, Accounting.
Jennifer Arzola.
Kevin Ocampo.
Shafak Martin.
Jalari Rollins.
Melissa Mateus Mercado.
MD Mushfiqur Rahman. Kevin Lopez.
สอนสวรรค์วิรุณผล
Vanessa Marito.
অন্তরা ঘোষ Nakisha Lauren Fawzia Amin Sonia Azad
Muhammad Yasser.
Maria Jose Pantosin, Accounting.
Nirmala Persad
Pablo Quintero.
Janet Wambana, Accounting.
Jennifer Dominguez
Vanessa Vivar. Griselda Alvarez.
Monica Bodell
Michelle Gomez.
Joanna Ramon.
Azara Ture
Ana Belén Garcia. Emma Jerez.
Natalie Delgado.
Ronald Landon.
Juan Quiroz.
Edward Presbitero.
Cristian Tapia.
Joyce Morales.
Diana Gonzalez
Lydia Romero.
Connie Cabrera.
Joshua Torres.
Mallory Torres.
Asiel Khan.
Joshua Garcia.
Gisele Mustafa. Melissa Mantuano. Diana Alvarado.
Shirley Carolis
Jeffrey Castro.
Erika Johannes
Alana Balan.
Andromachi Dupi
Moises Cordova.
Edwin Sorto.
Scarlett Pacheco.
Farhan Apon.
Ivan Nacleto.
Maruf Rakib.
Florentina Peralta.
Hawaii Altontawi
Michelle Guevara.
Joel Lorondo.
Magali Minchala Berg.
Ashley Serino. Tanisa Jamison. Arlene Reyes. Judy Allison Werja.
Anana Hossain
George Sandvo.
Glennis Thomas.
Catherine Coronel.
Nicholas Collymore. Jonathan Canizares.
Cynthia Boutin. Alba Henao.
Tiring Dolma Sherpa. Darlene Narvaez.
Abdullah Sise.
Erika Merchang
Bianca Valdez. Berta Uska. Angie Farrell. Tania Castro.
Feliza Pia.
Angelica Suzuki.
Sean Lipscomb.
Ana Maria Torres. Olivia Revelo. Marissa Creed.
Michael Beno.
Sohini. Zaira Santos. Pura Engzi Sherpa.
Omar Mukadam. Hi, my name is Subodh Karka.
Chantal Tompkins.
Camila Vera. Kaleen Davis.
Jacqueline Hernandez
Mimosa Lek Perry. Anupama Sarma.
Andrea Yepes.
Evelyn Pastoisaka. Ushala. Lilza Ranamagar.
Tasnova Hussein
Saray Amador.
Abdus Samad.
Saida Fatima. Sabrina Akhtar. Farjan Akhtar Priya.
Saiful Islam.
Sandy Zambrano.
Charmin Akhtar
Claudia Herrera.
Santa Bakilubaya.
Daisy Sabino.
Yeah, record it.
Mahmoud Baker.
Daimi Veras.
Sean Cardenas.
Jennifer Romero Hill.
Gilbert Gonzalez.
Tariana Matthew. Shirmara Rosa.
Peter Savarino.
Lorraine Romero.
Jorge Macias.
Bonelli Flores.
Yoni Silva Ruiz.
Nishtha Bhandari. Naomi Sari.
Lona Lowy.
Conbert Grossner.
Ishmam Chaudhary.
Olivia Timothy. Courtney Simeon.
Manuel Miranda.
Noemi Morales. Gladys Duman. Fedra Cruz.
Alicia Kamar.
Riha Khan. Alina Kamar.
Daniela Sanchawane.
Josh Agustin.
Kimberly Fajardo.
Jason Antigua Dalagyado.
Kasang Sherpa. Jennifer Perez. Fiona Ganes.
Alejandro Nunez.
Brenna Solomon. Michelle Santana.
Hello. Anissa Amador.
Bella Bain.
Hannah Giuliani.
Gala Montesioca.
Felicity Osborne. Wendy Tapia.
Maris Laces Guijaro.
Lisette Marin.
Shahrial Ladito.
Bridget Phillip.
Daniela Reynoso.
Jennifer Morocho. Enda Eken.
Vivian Ospina. Angelica Lago. Diana Torres.
Daisy Pintos. Naomi Resuma.
Hilda and Major Accounting.
Arely Martinez.
Silver Beakingi. Ken Trumpis.
Isha Sharif.
Carolina Golashevsky.
Karina Nivisala.
Larry Liebach.
Courtney Capers.
Jose Esteves.
Enea Fesga, El Albanés.
John Edward Bonilla Hernandez.
Brayling Haidar.
Yeah. Do you want to do it? It's up to you. I don't want to say. Yeah, I think that's good. Just their name. No major, just their name. I'm sorry. Change the formula. No, you shouldn't.
Dr. Edward Goodman led the business and technology major. Now, entering the arena, the education and language acquisition majors led by Dr. Katerina Almendro.
Lady Clarovaco.
Vanya Lantinkwa.
Amanda Baldeo.
Machette.
Nuna Clarken.
Hewlett Williams Little.
Juana Vázquez.
Milagros Bellido Guillén.
Elizabeth Herrera.
Michelle A. Grant.
Desiree Fuentes.
Ghada Ibrahim Yafawi Alawi.
Khadijah Denham.
Alejandro Almeida.
Michelle Persad.
Daisy Jarrell.
Lilian Volkes.
Bianca Gesse.
Good job.
Leonel Rodiles.
Mel Pantosis.
Margot Castro.
Tashina Gold. Mantini.
Nicholas Jagru.
Raquel Ray. Isha Flores Munoz.
Joanna Ramirez.
Denise Guadalupe Romero Gonzalez.
Colvinder Mengra. Caitlin McGarren.
Premier Shahar.
Lindsay Villa.
You say something? Lee L.E.
Rania Barsoum.
Aviva Baumgartner.
Kimberly Pangon. Soria Tueti.
Ana Maldonado.
Jerlyn Mejia. Christina Sayun.
Tanasia Clarence.
Marlena Strachey.
Ashanti Nakia Williams.
Maricela Tituana. Shawan Leong.
Jessica Flursat.
Wendy Molina. Linda Saldivar. Rosa Shingri. Sherry Kwan.
Daniqua Woodard McNeil.
Dana Saunders Newman.
Alba Ruiz.
Shamal Haywood.
Tarixa Barkhouse.
Deasia Fields.
Bao Yikai.
Nael Madera Genao. Chong. Yulisa Bermeo.
Tamina Zaman.
Vanessa Luna.
Carla Gallardo.
Shubarna Sinha.
Kate Claudio.
Yesenia Salazar.
Zakir.
Jennifer Merced.
Sange Juma.
Ashante Floyd. Chuing Tashisha. Veronica Perez.
Brenda Raimundo.
Diana Antonio. Jennifer Hilaire. Chanel Charles.
Eva Jaminian.
Brian Perez.
Eliana Mesa.
Amanda Ramos.
Egma Bueno. Guadalupe Torres.
Isabel Vega.
Milac Jimenez Coyo.
Merlini Diana Camacho.
Janeri Peralta.
Shea Marshall.
Kaylin Martin.
Josué Rivera.
Valentina Rios Lindao.
Nice. There you go. Oh, awesome.
Now entering the arena, the English majors led by Dr. Dominique Zeno.
Destiny Rosales.
Sofia Magali Canonge.
Amanda Carnasotes.
Ana Esther Disla.
Luis Febres.
Rafael Luna Pelletier.
Rosalie Almonte. Janek Santos Herrera.
Solomon Barry.
Lachmi Duki.
Marilu Rivera.
Now entering the arena, the health sciences major led by Dr. Deborah Engel.
John Griffin.
Petite Riley. Haiti Powell. Woo! Choran Dorsey.
Dakari Roberts.
Ayana Gaffney. Aliyah Vescarando. Ashley Oropesa.
Dwight Williams.
Srizana Lama. Jennifer Yapa. Uchila Pradhan.
Adila Molina.
Mariama Mamain.
Michael Champion.
Asineth Jamat.
Alias Villatoro.
Tatia Huda. Arlo Nicole Franco.
Álvaro Chavarriaga.
Julia Andrea Peña Martínez. Eleana Bernstein.
Diana Lasso.
Ariel Jennings. Toraine Smith. Gertrude Jones.
Itzel Cirillo.
Nishat Akhtar. World famous Bob. Michelle Carrillo. Monica Gandhi. Janice Reese. Najee Hennigan. Hamwadi Lakai.
Jessica Gomez.
Nathaniel Batista. Sebastian Chassain.
Hint Huri.
Sanjida Rashid.
Rima Mujib.
Fatima Hussein Jafar. Dawa Sherpa.
Ruku Hamal. Sering Dolker.
Tundup Dolma. Chimi Wangmo.
Sewang Norbo.
Anne Madeline Talleyrand.
Ria Taylor.
Pedro Ramirez Almendaris.
Maria Calang Munoz. Melissa Grullon. Glenis Rosario. Ajanel Foskey.
Nestor Gonzalez.
Daivelis Acosta.
Camera Gatti.
Teresita Gonzalez.
Manny Rodriguez.
Sonia Smith.
Tristan Trotman.
Hema Burga.
Michelle Mons.
Paul Buklowski.
Francisco Ortiz.
Sara Armendariz.
Afia Tasnim. Laura Diaz.
Desiree Kazani.
Asia Sharna.
Jasmine Lopez.
Most Khatun. Pincha. Magali Gualpa. Charlene Tan. Leah Phillips.
Erlene Martinez.
Tina Nee.
Janeiri Ferreira.
Kevin Vera. Joseph Rafael Serrano.
Sabrina Rose.
Tejana Sands.
Olivia Tillett. Teresa Aziz. Mir Masood.
Stanley Sanchez.
Farangi Sadikova.
Pira Loca.
Miriam Abbas Cayron.
Aziza Sharipova.
Sidas Oguyele.
Eric Vasquez. Nicolas Alvarez.
Nanam Ponsenchi.
Nicole Vallejas.
Domenica Rodriguez.
Dolma.
Deborah Pritchett.
Carolina Keke.
Raúl Marca.
Laura Giraldo.
Markella Johnson.
Holly Matwali.
Adrian Hernandez, you're.
Jada Hatch. Melissa Francois. Talissa Lawrence.
Sharina Colomb. Gloria Cartagena. Talia Bukalov.
Guadalupe Luna. Denada Creca. Gisela Rijo.
Marlene Muñoz.
Grisa Patel.
Loud Thunder.
Shirley McKenzie.
Jessimar Acosta. Nelly Luna. Sharon Davidson. Aurelia Sweetie.
Baphomet Nair.
Amber Sexton. Julie Gutierrez.
Danielle Sang.
Serena Silverberg.
Irene Lee.
Caroline Mayen Marianderaga.
Maria Bernal.
Malgorzata Perez.
Catherine Benavides.
Afleen Kaur.
Hannah Gowans. Shudipa Mohanto. Janice Torres. Elisa Torres. Mama Dora.
Adrian Farmer.
Now entering the arena, the the humanities major led by Dr. Jessica Bowman.
Mary Helen Gonzalez.
Teresa de Vivo.
Calvin G.
Nicholas Pisano. Sam DeLong.
Eddie Washington.
vous avez pas premier mot?
Daphne Delgado.
Juana Maya.
Madeline Vargas. Camila Arjuela Valencia.
Tiana Larmond.
Carlin Chen.
Zaneta Fuentes.
Amber Marie Vasquez.
Jake Lewell.
Blessing Callowell Sam.
Ed Cardenas.
Maria Belen Rojas Rian. Zoe Mercado. Dosky Vincent. Sky Bryant.
Kurt Anicete.
Alyssa Struby.
Naya Katana Jones.
Tarun Panjwani.
Angel Martinez.
Joseph Titano.
Lucas Nira.
Edwin Jimenez.
Shenxing Sang.
Alexander Rosado.
Daphne Cabedroeta.
Alimai Skakava.
Shojin Ju.
Juliana Stabile.
Julian Meza.
Megan Molina.
Ronald Nunez Ortiz. Orlando Ojeda.
Mariangeli Pabon Vasquez.
Brian Angarita.
Luis Hernandez, Venezuela.
Christopher Young.
Greg Small Jr.
Lily Mejia.
Eric Skies. Xavier Checo.
Imani D. Berry.
Ambrose Carter.
Aaliyah Mary.
Deandra Darbu. Lanisa Jordan. Janessa Adames.
Evelyn Rodriguez.
Elijah Alima Bellin. Sharette Gregg.
Isaías Lopez.
Wendy Franata.
Angelini Pierre.
Jonathan Clark.
Amal Tuaima.
Tyler Marquez.
Víctor Eduardo Barcia Garcia.
Muhammad Atif.
Jason Ramel Herbert.
Rahmana Malika Abdurazak.
Kayla Green.
Tiana McLean.
Gabriel Cabrera.
Scotty Norton.
Ilea Najee Jones.
Hannah Lee.
Franklin Uribo.
Charlene Tavares.
John Harrington.
Sade Anderson.
Jade Samantha Scott.
Abigail Guzman.
Nashawn Singh.
Sheila Gillot.
Candace Morales.
Giselle Yapa.
Angelica Cruz Frias.
Jessica Romulus. Melanie Balbuena. Tiffany Toussaint, you heard?
Jocelyn Juka.
Sharice Mariah Rose Thomas. Stacey Ann Smith. Edith Torres Lundgren.
Amanda Torres.
Jeremiah Lundgren.
Rajay Curry.
Madeline Daisy Calderon.
Diana Moreno Casaxia.
Jacqueline Cortez. Amy Mayo. Chaley Dela Cruz. Neda Hormasa.
Giovanni Alonso Casas. Edwin Cortez.
Noldi Etienne. Brandon Bishun.
Ashley Ali.
Tiffany Garcia.
Baldwin Arias.
Big up the Caribbean. St. Marie Rich Wilson. Woo!
Jeannie St. Gerard.
entering the arena, the mathematics, engineering, and computer science majors, led by Dr. Praveen Ketavath.
Konstantin Umensky.
Brianna Alvia. Hagar Ayman Siddiq.
Jalen Huerta.
Lucy Ortega Herrera.
Jawan Moore. Samuel Haq Malik.
Yusuf Al-Badani.
Jannah Hamad.
Janaya Harper.
Danny Gomez.
Natalia Johnson.
Wallace Bogan.
Amelia Malone. Angelica Valencia Montoya. Gianna Moncayo.
Celine Chen.
Noreen Sultana. Danielle Antonor Cruz Agata.
John Berry.
Carlos Garofalo.
Taslima Hussein. Giuseppina Pulara. Kayla Colazo. Armella Topsy. Megan Chung. Maria Q.
Cynthia Mara.
Alex Aguirre.
Michelle Cuautle Solis.
Warren Noel.
Maria Cortez.
Christian Takuri.
Mikhail Haniman.
Juan Cornejo.
Pesan Sa.
Moises Rios Lindao. MD Islam.
Isa Vilacres.
Yusef Kabush.
Son Hin Pham.
Johnny Rodriguez.
Marco Miranda.
Keltang Wangmo.
Matthew Mejia.
Khadija Black.
Viviani Prasad.
Priya Chaudhuri.
John DeVega Jr.
Jasmeli Calado.
Hassan Jan Arkan. Jason Paniagua. Renji Sherpa.
Tyree Jordan.
Jada Miller.
Jamal Makawi.
Sujoya Paul.
Muhammad Ali.
Giordano Rosario.
Ahmad Mahmoud Salim.
Renato Fernandez.
Jose Martinez.
Luis Alexander Rosa. Andrew Velasquez.
Tajur Alman. Jonathan Poggio.
Janice Taveras.
Jason Corona.
Karim Suleiman. Mamjara Johane.
Stanley Rawanales.
Aguilera no. Okay.
Lamia Jo.
Sapphire Margarita.
Song Chawayomo.
Hamza Dalia. Oscar Rivera.
Ritika Talvar.
Ajay Kumar Jali.
Rodney Ventura. Wilson Roldan Jr.
Chaloy.
Brenda Aguilar.
Anand Joseph.
Jaffa Isaka. Anthony Pad.
Peter Diaz.
Stephanie Nava.
Lavelle O'Brien.
Lizette Palomique.
Honore Mandiyami.
Saba Jahan.
Fuad Chaudhuri. Samin Mahmoud. Osman Bravo.
Hazel Ortega.
David Moises Pino Vasquez.
Beatriz Salas.
Suzanne Lama.
Romu Pradhan.
Nabeen Tama.
Saida Brewer. Kunjo Dolbagale from Nepal. Lafrik Kaur. Suzanne Gurung. Baby Dabna. Jasia Meher Chaudhuri.
Jaime Vasquez Alemán.
Farid Haq.
Strolly Rosenbach.
Joelle Nina.
Hassan Shubo.
Ayani Bilal.
Siva Pandey, Nepal.
Naiji Noel.
Bharat Timal Sinha, Nepal.
Luis Garcia. Ram Karki from Nepal. Ruslan Arslanbayev.
Tori Little.
Marco Cortez.
Taija Pearson Mallard.
Jessica Garcia.
Evan Marquez.
Allison Ospina.
My name's Quashanti Hardy, and we did it, guys! Woo!
Carlos Salazar.
Veronica Moran.
Kash Ramkaran.
Elvis Bardoshi.
Carolyn Rodriguez. Viridiana Anaí Miranda. Daniela Atawa from Peru.
Tatiana Smith.
Bharat Khatri from Nepal.
Selena Apana.
Sugendra Mahajan.
Jyoti Chetri from Nepal.
Ravilal Kharel from Nepal.
Mia Simone Lumpkin.
Inga Zaslavskaya. Jennifer Guartamber, Ecuador. Mariah Rodriguez, first gen stand up. Elizabeth Sanchez from Mexico. Maria Mishra from Morocco. Jasmine Ochoa, Ecuador. Woo!
Fahim Noitik.
Galib Mukhtasin.
Marilyn Vasquez.
Carissa Hunt Figueroa, St. Lucia. Woo!
Christopher Sanchez.
Darwin Alexander Alvarez.
Muhuddin Ahmed.
Shafiqul Alam.
Noel Riho.
Now entering the arena, the natural sciences majors led by Dr. Tanya Hendricks.
Joshua Montanez.
Laura Ramos. Janet Torres Mora.
Jeffrey Hernandez Cruz.
Agnes Singh.
Mike Wirkocha. Jonathan Vasquez.
Jancy Jiwaram.
Gianni Tajer.
Trina Ramos, Philippines. Diana Rojas from Ecuador. Tiki Dobutan from Tibet. Jasmine Sanchez, Philippines. Michelle Manitoba. Mary Lynch, Philippines. Narinder Polkar from Punjab. Sukhveer Kaur from Punjab. Donna Morales.
Araceli Martin.
Luis Escobar.
Laura Daniela Molina.
Katie Cho. China, Venezuela.
Selassie Mauko, Ghana.
Arham Javed. Cherise James. Carla Espejo.
MD Faridi, Bangladesh.
Lori Salas.
Dominic Ceballos.
Kira Linero.
Jordan Biggs.
Samantha da Silva Moura, Zona Leste, Mano.
Now entering the arena, the social science majors led by Professor Charlene Bryant.
Atahan Al Bailey from Turkey. Yeah.
Rama Ba.
Amy Chauca Almache.
Lucky Zulu. Urban Garcia.
Damina Hawk.
Marcus Rai from Nepal.
Daniela Baez, DR. Cristina Cetino Garcia from Guatemala. Yesmeri Cabal from Dominican Republic.
Was not a saint.
Meg Lewis.
Diana Veloz.
Melissa Desir. Sabrina Holestra.
Xiomara Baculima from Ecuador.
Fabiola Garcia de Mexico.
Temis Cantos. This is for us, Mom. Shiheng Feng from Canton.
Melissa Rabo from Brooklyn, New York.
Yanil Jimenez.
Quan Allen.
Nayali Lario.
Henry Trimble.
Sinai Justice Gray.
Jeremy John Mendez. I love you, Alyssa.
Jadalyn Santana. Rafaela Simplicio from Brazil.
Sherry Angelina Rodriguez Lopez. Love you, Ma.
Stephanie Rosario, I love you, mommy. I love you, papi. May Hussein. Joanna Saiteros. Fatima Johara Shamukti from Bangladesh. Love you, my family.
Jose Vargas from Dominican Republic.
This is just the beginning. Archana Tapagay from Nepal.
Gustavo Hernandez Chacoyo, follow me on Twitter.
Emily Natasha Pena.
Jonathan Perez.
Lisbeth Martinez. Aaliyah Bassan. McNett Miller.
Shakline Khan.
Nishay Robinson from Jamaica.
Tiari Richmond.
Dianis Ribas.
Jonathan Gonzalez.
Jessica Carranza. Haley Santiago. Marietta Grabowska.
Angel Martinez.
Carolina Ortiz Cardona.
Joshua Dunkley.
Khalees Thomas.
Dina LaShawn Thomas. Shania McLean, period.
Carolina Castillo.
Liliana Castillo.
Brianna Rodriguez.
Noemi Baltazar, Viva Mexico!
Salwa Kushi.
Muhammad Najrul Haq.
Leslie Salinas.
Juan Carlos Monero.
Javi Navarrete.
Abraham Aviles from El Salvador.
Buyat Babalur.
Jillian Stefania Soto.
Jose Carlos Ordóñez.
Sarah Alman.
Tyler Torre.
LaQuara Elizabeth Love.
Claire Kennefic from Cork, Ireland.
Stachys Jean.
Charlene McAteer from Northern Ireland.
Nicole Hogan.
Brianna Ellis. Emerita Jacob.
Diana Hernandez Velasco. Viva Mexico.
Diana Estevez from the Dominican Republic.
Sonia Nicole Bedouin.
Liz Santana.
Fatima Doval.
Robinson Almanzar.
Cynthia Denise Gonzalez. Ciara Chamelis.
Abu Muhammad Naim.
Catherine Brain.
Moulton Wiggins, aka Money Mo.
Catherine Avila.
Alvaro Rios Perez.
Victoria Morales.
Diana Saavedra.
Christian Goose, the realist. We did it, ma.
Cindy Garcia Espinosa. Esto es para ti, mamita.
Denise Valle from Mexico.
Juan Camilo Flores. Que viva Colombia.
Crystal Luna Serrano.
Ishra Talukder.
Alan Monar.
Hamida Ibrahim Khail.
Sofia Garbatska.
Miriam Kamara.
Angela C. Jacelyn Santos. Giselle Bravo Hernandez.
Trisha Fraser.
Anthony Mendez.
Fatima Viasi. This is for you, Joy. Sanaa Jason. Tiara Matthews. Antoinette Sullivan.
Yerlina Gomez.
Stephanie Vasquez. Jennifer Silvestre.
Shipuli.
Hiba Ali.
Simon Negrón. Saiku Berry.
Saradia Jollivert.
Roberto Alatorre.
Amy Paula Hutchard.
Ernesto Martinez.
Shanette Clark.
Cynthia Gill. Tiara James. Glory be to God.
Ediel Alarcón.
Io Nagid.
Maria de Los Ángeles. Joseca Morales. Stephanie Tapia. Dulce de León. Jamie Aldana. Akiana Smith. Hawa
Naziel Bowen. What's up, family?
Diana Moreno.
Joseph Moya.
Jamie Cabrera.
Olga Melnichuk.
Vera Lucia Contreras. Rosalva Barros. Hannah Lecky.
Zai Chung Lee.
Natalia Carrion.
Justin Camacho.
Michelle Torres.
Joseca Reynoso.
Rome Mercado.
Kaymela Lohman,
Andres Milanet.
Nuri Jannat, Liana Matas,
Jeanette Slade.
Nicholas John.
Daniel Tomashak. Ashakai Hutchinson.
Julie Urena, I love you, mommy.
Christina King.
Tenzin Norgyo.
Afia Opoku Duro.
Giselle Dominguez.
Gina Barragan,
Ashley Fernandez.
Salman Ashariki.
Anupun Magar. Sumaya Jahan from Bangladesh. Mariana Noriega.
Amanda Alegría.
Grace Garcia, I love you, kids.
Eleanor Dixon.
Brilliana Bailey,
Nerlina Wills.
Juan Pablo Hernandez.
Diana Arias Tapia.
José Alfredo Rojas.
Darling Castillo.
Joseph Ravenel.
Dalvin Reyes.
Gabriela Hadán.
Kenny Seas.
David Leon.
Joel Alexander Pujols.
Natalie Vasquez.
Eneli de la Luz Catalan,
Shanika White. Mahamir from Egypt.
Rebecca Balzanedo. Did this for mommy and daddy.
Karen Cruz.
Benchan Thomas.
Samia Elizabeth Reed.
Daisy Garcia, Lixie Vélez Muñiz,
José Peláez Alvarado.
Lixie Cruz,
Benjali Galvan.
Michelle Andino,
Terry Lynn Clark.
Alejandro Gabriel Torres Rojas.
Of Massimo Vittorelli.
Alec Malhotra, I love you, mama, papa.
Lisandra Aviles. Denasia Nixon. Thank you, mom and dad.
Alfonso Vasquez.
Monica McKay.
Noma Martinez Reyes.
Kimberly Sanchez Ortiz,
Diamond, my love. Fitzpatrick. Hi, mommy.
Alexandra Glinska from Poland,
Cristina Wakulima. Thank you, Paz. Los amo mucho.
Sofia Matos,
Rita Martinez.
Wilson Christian Joseph from Haiti.
Luz Adriana Pineda.
Raquis Gaddy, glory be unto God. Love you, Mom.
Grace Paula Campo.
Mayfair Pina. I did it. Jocelyn Teresana.
Rugo Delgar.
Rubina Hawk. And love you, kids.
Sabrina Roman, this is for my grandma and my family. Vanessa Grow, Ivanka Pabello, shout out to my parents and my
Steven Carrillo. Love you, Mom. Marco Takuri from Gualaceo, Ecuador.
Lilian Mendez,
Alfa.
Berta Mota from Peru. Janice Almodovar.
Jabari Creighton.
May Burger.
Delvin Chen.
Suru Shora. Dave Carpeta from the Philippines. Thank you, mom and dad.
Diane Chowdhury.
Madeline Rosa from Mexico,
Rocio Gomez. Darlene Christopher. Yanelka Kays.
Hansi Rao from Nepal.
Shopna Mojumdar.
Sabine Tapa from Nepal.
Carmen Adams.
Now entering the quad, the faculty, staff, and alumni of LaGuardia Community College, led by Dr. Jill Kehoe. Entering the quad in the position of highest honor, the Distinguished Presidential Platform Party, led by the Grand Marshal, Dr. Nicole Fernandez, and banner carrier, Dr. Patricia Sokolsky.
President Adams, I have the honor to report that the members of the graduating class, the staff, faculty, and alumni of LaGuardia Community College, representatives from the various institutions, the governing bodies of the city and state of New York are present to participate in the 50th commencement exercises of Fiorello H. LaGuardia Community College of the City University of New York.
Good morning. I'm Kenneth Adams, president of LaGuardia Community College of the City University of New York. On behalf of the graduating class of 2022 and the faculty, staff, and alumni of LaGuardia, it is my pleasure to welcome you to our first live in-person commencement since 2019 here on the beautiful campus of Queens College. Graduates, are you ready for this? Are you ready to graduate? Make some noise to thank someone you love without whose support you would not be here today. It's a good time. It's a good time to say thank you. Now look, earning a college degree is a challenging endeavor under normal circumstances. These past 26 months could hardly be described as normal. So let's take a moment to think about what you have accomplished. You've earned your LaGuardia degrees and certificates during a global pandemic, an economic downturn caused by the lockdowns, political turmoil, and a renewed struggle for racial justice. And under these circumstances, many college students across the country, unfortunately, gave up and dropped out, but not you. Indeed, some of you are graduating today enrolled in LaGuardia when all of our classes were fully online, and you only set foot on our campus this past semester. So today we honor you for your achievements during this extraordinary time, and we salute you for your commitment, your strength, and perseverance. Now, today marks an important milestone on your educational journeys, but you are by no means done. You must continue your climb, whether that is to earn a bachelor's degree or other credential, or start a new job in your field of interest. We know you will continue your educations, enjoy rewarding careers, become active citizens in your communities, and provide service to others. Trust me, your LaGuardia professors, advisors, staff, and administrators expect no less of you. So, congratulations. Now, I'd like to ask you all, graduates and guests alike, to please rise for our national anthem, which will be performed by the LaGuardia Vocal Ensemble, featuring graduating LaGuardia students Tiana White, Kevin Cosco, and Daniela Sainz, and current students Chanel Bryant, Erica Blank, Diane Castillo, Maya Demby, Crisia Garces, and Xavier Hernandez. The ensemble is under the direction of Professor Lisa Despain of our music department in LaGuardia's Humanities Division. Thank you all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in
Thank you, members of the LaGuardia Vocal Ensemble. Everyone, please be seated. Good morning. Say it back, good morning. I am Dr. Faye Butler, Interim Vice President for Student Affairs, and it is my pleasure to serve as your Mistress of Ceremonies today. I am honored right now to introduce the faculty, staff, chairpersons, administrators, and alumni of LaGuardia Community College, as well as special guests. Would you all please stand at this moment? Faculty, staff, chairpersons, no, faculty, staff, chairpersons, administrators, and alumni. That was pretty good, pretty good. That was pretty good. Let's give them a round of applause. You may be seated. Now, I'm going to introduce some special guests who are not speaking and ask that they stand when I call their names. Audience, please hold your applause until all introductions have been made. First, I'd like to introduce Ms. Wan Lin. She is the president of the LaGuardia Community College Student Government Association and a member of the graduating class of 2022. Hold your applause, hold your applause. Mr. Anthony Pappas is the president of the LaGuardia.
Of being New York City's indispensable engine for education and social mobility. And let me tell you something about when that dream began. 143 students, that was it, back 175 years ago in what was called the Free Academy, right? And it was free for those students then because the leadership then thought that New Yorkers, that many New Yorkers with talent, bright, dreams, aspirations, desire to give it forward, what they didn't have were the means, the money to pay for the education. And they wanted to establish an institution that would cater to those students and allow them to shine and achieve their dreams. Many of those 143 students were immigrants or the children of immigrants. Does that sound familiar to your experience at LaGuardia? Right? Many of the students were among the brightest, talented, full of dreams. What they didn't have were the resources. Right? You are part of that legacy of 175 years of education, of social mobility, of advancing and making a difference in New York City and in New York State, right? And if you don't think that the City University of New York is delivering on its promise to lift the next generation of leaders of New York, to bring about social change in New York City, I want all of you who are the first one in your family to get a college diploma to please stand up. If you're the first one in your family getting a college diploma, please stand up. Look at that. Look around. That is the promise of the City University of New York. 175 years delivering on social mobility. Congratulations, and you might be seated today, right? I also want to make sure that you know that when you go on your journey, and many of you are continuing your educational journey, that you take CUNY, as you're taking LaGuardia, as part of that dream, as part of that aspiration, all right? So I know that many of you understand what the CUNY family is, what to have these 25 campuses in which whatever dream you have, whatever career, whatever opportunity, there's a door waiting for you to go in, all right? And I know you're smart enough to know that, because I know some of you are part of CUNY now, but want to get more. So can I ask all of you who already have been accepted to another CUNY school to stand up? If you are applying to another CUNY school, also stand up. And if you're praying to get to another CUNY school, please stand up, all right? Look at that. I know you understand CUNY and social mobility. And I know that some of you are going to other schools outside of CUNY, right? And to you, I just hope you got good financial aid. Right? Let me just share one more thing with you, and with that I'll end. Today, LaGuardia has over 2,000 students graduating. You can give yourself a round of applause. You are part of a family of CUNY graduates. 55,000 students are graduating from CUNY this year. And you're part of that family and that legacy, right? And just to give you a sense of the family of alumni that you're joining, from Colin Powell to Queen Latifah, to Andrew Lord, to Jerry Seinfeld, to Ralph Lauren, to Antonia Pantoja, to Shirley Chisholm, to Bernie Sanders, right? Or our public advocate, Jumaane Williams, or the mayor of New York, Eric Adams. You join a great tradition of CUNY graduates, right? And you are as deserving, as worthy, and as special as any of those graduates that gave great distinction to the alumni family of the City of Virginia. And I want to give yourselves a big round of applause. But there's one special thing about you guys that all those graduates do not have. None of those talented people graduated in the middle of a pandemic, right? And that is a sign of distinction that you're going to have with you for the rest of your lives. In the most difficult time in New York City, in the most difficult time in this nation, you guys persevere. You guys stuck to it. You guys would not let your dreams be derailed, and you deserve a humongous admiration from all of you. And because of that, I'm going to tell you a secret. You know the Chancellor signs your diploma. So late at night, when you are all partying, I sit there in my office, all lonely. Firma, sign. They come, they bring me some Red Bull, some Monster to keep me awake. Sign, firma. You know, 55 diplomas this year. It's a lot. Yours have special ink because of that great perseverance that you did with the pandemic. You know what I did? I got all the bottles of hand sanitizer left over. I put them into a caldero, right? And I made this special ink to celebrate all of your diplomas. So when you hang up that diploma, either in your office, you give it to your mom or your dad, you give it to your abuela, to your relatives, when you look at that diploma, that's going to have special ink. And it's a special ink of the special class that graduated during the pandemic. We are incredibly proud of you. Do not let anybody take that away from you as you continue in your journey. You're that special to us, and you will love you that much. So to end, I wish all of you great success in your continued journey. I know you're going to achieve great things. You have done so many already. But just know that as you go in that journey, LaGuardia Community College, the City University of New York, and this Chancellor will always have you back. Congratulations, mucho éxito y que Dios los bendiga.
Thank you. One more time, a round of applause for our Chancellor of CUNY, Felix Matos Rodriguez. Graduates, if you twist your heads around a little bit, look back, you'll see that we're letting your family members join you. We're taking a moment to let everybody come closer to the stage. Not you, you're close enough. Everybody, we're bringing, so let's take a moment for friends and family to come on down and fill the seats that were in the back. Thank you very much for our ushers for helping organize that, because we want your family and friends to be as close to this event as possible. Now, graduates, can you take your seats again, please, for a moment, now that you've seen your, trust me, they're on their way. I want to just do one other exercise, and I mean exercise, to continue the workout that the Chancellor was giving you when he would ask a question and ask you to stand up. And this is a way for some of our special guests to have a better understanding of what you've done to earn your degrees today at LaGuardia. So, for example, if you attended LaGuardia part-time because you had a job to help make ends meet at home, stand up. Part-time students, stand up. Congratulations. All right, sit down. We're going to make you stand up and sit down a lot while we bring in, this is while we're bringing in your friends and family in the back. LaGuardia students, graduates class of 2022, if you have little ones at home, stand up. Stand up for the little ones. Now, if we're seeing a pattern here, a pattern of achievement. I'm getting some instructions because we're waiting for a very special guest who's on her way. As folks take their seats in the back, I want to introduce a very special friend of LaGuardia, and frankly, as the Chancellor referred to him, royalty of Queens. Our next speaker has a deep and personal commitment to the Borough of Queens, and indeed, he is no stranger to LaGuardia. President Donovan Richards that's okay. I need to ask them what they want me to do. Okay, great. Well, because Donovan Richards is our borough president, is such a fan of LaGuardia, and is a friend, he's going to forgive me for doing a half introduction and almost getting him to the microphone and asking him, Borough President Richards, if you'd be so kind to hold on to that speech and hold on to that seat while I introduce a very special guest. Now, she has traveled, as you can tell, she's traveled a very long way to be with us this morning. Why, you could ask, is she here? Maybe it's because it's LaGuardia's 50th anniversary. Maybe it's because it's our first in-person commencement since 2019. Or maybe Governor Kathy Hochul is here to honor you. Absolutely. Kathy Hochul is the 57th and the first female governor of the state of New York. One could ask what took us so long. Governor Hochul began her career in public service on her local town board before serving as Erie County Clerk and then later as a member of Congress representing Western New York. More recently, she served as our New York State's Lieutenant Governor, and now, as you know, she is our New York State Governor. Now, Governor Kathy Hochul has been a fierce advocate for SUNY and CUNY and institutions like LaGuardia, as the Chancellor just pointed out in his remarks. And as a part of the state budget negotiations back in March, Governor Hochul secured funding for new full-time faculty, child care programs, and renovations of our campus facilities, among other things. And yes, put your hands together for the incredible support that Governor Hochul secured for CUNY and SUNY and higher education in this year's state budget. And there's a detail here. The Chancellor referred to TAP, right, the Tuition Assistance Program. This is really important. By making important changes to the New York State Tuition Assistance Program, Governor Hochul increased financial aid for part-time students. Those of you who just stood up because you went to LaGuardia part-time and need a TAP. And for students, this is new and historic, TAP for students in non-degree workforce training programs. First time in the history of New York State. These are huge wins for you, huge wins for students all across the great state of New York. Thank you, Governor Kathy Hochul, for being here today and for your unwavering support of LaGuardia, CUNY, SUNY, and higher education. Thank you so much for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, Governor Kathy Hochul. All right.
Good morning, class of 2022. Oh, I feel the energy out there. You can do a little better than that, though. Come on, class of 2022. Yeah, that's more like it. I'm a little bit late because I had something that might be a little common to some of you living out here. I had a flat tire. And I'm coming after those potholes. I'm telling you right now, those potholes are toast. We are coming after you. So, President Ken Adams, we've worked together for many, many years. You are a champion for economic development for our state, and your ascension to this premier position. This is very much a plum job. You have to be very, very special to be selected to be the leader of this amazing institution. So I want to commend you for what you've done. Also, I know our Chancellor just spoke, great, great leader. Felix Montos Rodriguez. I look to him for guidance all the time. Many of the ideas that you saw in our budget, you just heard about the money coming to support the teachers and the programs and child care. Anybody out there have kids? I mean, yeah. Child care is a big deal. So how are you supposed to be taking care of your kids? You're supposed to be getting an education. So we're trying to help you figure that out. So I want to thank him for being a great leader. Our borough president, Donovan Richards. I love this guy. You've got the coolest, among the coolest of all the elected officials around, Donovan Richards. And also Guillermo Linares, the head of the Higher Education Services Corporation. I've got this long, fancy speech for all of you, but I'm probably going to just toss it aside. First of all, 50 years of this institution, changing the lives of countless individuals, so many immigrants who came to this state looking for what is known as the American dream. But I call it the New York dream because we welcome everyone here, and your success will define the success for your children and your children's children. And why do I know a little bit about that? Because I come from grandparents who left great poverty as well. They came here with nothing. My grandfather was a migrant farm worker, trying to get any job he could. And finally, after being a domestic servant and being abused by people that they worked for, my grandparents fled to a place called Buffalo, New York. You heard of Buffalo, New York? Well, I just want to let you know, they call it the Queen City. They're not trying to take over Queens County, but they call it the Queen City. Buffalo was where you could get a job making steel with your hands. When Grandpa got that job, it lifted our family up to be part of the middle class, no longer poor, no longer unable to make the bills. And my dad got a job at that steel plant, but you know what else he did? When he was married to my mom, living in a trailer park in the shadow of the steel plant, my dad worked on getting a college degree, worked all night, but went to class by day. When my dad graduated with that degree, our family was changed forever because now he could get a good paying job. But he also set the expectation that all of his 6 kids would have the same opportunities. So it started with Grandpa, my father, all of us, and I think the same has happened to many of you. First time college students, raise your hands. First time in your family. Okay. You have now changed the course of history for your family. You don't know it yet, but your kids someday are going to say, my mom did this, my dad did this, and I will do it as well. So you, by taking the risk, maybe language has been a challenge, maybe you've had to overcome some other issues related to finding a place to live, who's taking care of the kids, how are you going to pay for tuition. You overcame all that. And that's a testament to you as people of strength and people who believe in yourself so much that you say, I can get a better outcome with this degree. This degree is my ticket. It's a ticket to opportunity. It's a ticket to good job. It's a ticket to success. And that ticket you're punching here today, you've just done it for the children to follow in your family, and yes, your grandchildren. That's the power of this degree. And I want you to own that because this is a very big deal, not just for you personally, but your success will define the success of our state. As you continue to thrive and be contributors, you will also help us regain our stature in the aftermath of something known as the pandemic. Anybody remember the pandemic? It hit this area hard. You were college students. You were isolated from classmates and classes and the whole normal experience that you were denied for a couple of years. But you know what? In coming through this, it made you so strong, so resilient. No one can touch you now. And anything that comes in the future, and you will have challenges. You'll have many challenges, personally, professionally. Life's going to throw you a lot of curveballs. But you know how you hit those curveballs and get a home run? You say, you know what? I got through a pandemic. I got a college degree during a global pandemic. You can't touch me now. This is your North Star. When times get tough, you say, I got through this pandemic. I got a degree. I persevered, and there's no one else tougher than me. Call upon the strength of the experience you just came through. And when you come back here in 50 years for a college reunion to celebrate the 100th anniversary of LaGuardia College. 100, you'll be here. Save me a seat. I'll try to be here too. You come back, you're going to look at the classmates and say, wow, we went through a lot together. Nobody else has that same story. It's like my grandparents always talk about the Depression, okay? That defined their generation. You'll talk about this, not in the negative. And I know this area was hit so hard. We lost so many friends and family members. It hit us hard. So many people lost their jobs. But we came back. That is the story of New York, and that is the story your class will teach the rest of us. But when you come back in 50 years for that reunion, I want you to be able to ask yourselves the answer to this question. Did my life, did my obtaining this degree, did my ability to go forth and make change in this world, did my life make a difference in the lives of others? You need to be able to answer that only one way, and the answer has to be yes. Did you get engaged with the causes of our time? Did you stand up for people in poverty and help lift other people out of their circumstances? Did you stand up for women's right to choose under assault in our country today? Did you stand up to make sure that we can have sensible gun safety laws so we can stop crime on our streets? Did you stand up for that? Did you stand up to stop the assault on Mother Earth and protect the environment for generations to come? Did you stand up and fight those battles? Did you stand up to protect the LGBTQ community that's always under assault in Washington? Did you stand up? Were you counted? Did you march? Did you make a change? And if the answer is yes, with any of those and the challenges that we can't even think about today that are waiting you tomorrow, if you made a difference in the lives of others and moved our social progress forward as a true New Yorker who inherited the destiny of the place that was the origin of the women's rights movement, the labor movement, the LGBTQ movement, the environmental movement, that all started here in New York. And you're New Yorkers, so that weight is on your shoulders. And I'm a mom. I'm the first mom to ever have this job. I know how to use mom guilt really strong. Okay, so I'm putting that weight on your shoulders. I'm the mom. I'm looking at all of you. Don't let me down. Don't disappoint your moms. That's how I got my kids to do everything. Oh, I'm so disappointed. So that weight is on you today. Own it. It's not a burden. It is your way you can make a difference. It'll be part of your life story when you get here in 50 more years and you talk about it. So graduates, and to the families who suffered and persevered and said, my child is going to get a degree, or the spouses and the partners who supported you and all your children, they went through so much. So this day is for all of them as well. What a great celebration. Go forth. Go forth into the great state that is looking to welcome you with open arms, and we are waiting for you to help make this be, yes, the new New York that it deserves to be. Congratulations, everybody. Thank you.
Graduates, ladies and gentlemen, remember, she is here for you. Our governor, Kathy Hochul. Put your hands together for Governor Kathy Hochul. Here for you today on this very, very special day. Our next speaker, as I began to mention a moment ago, has a deep personal commitment to the Borough of Queens, and he's no stranger to LaGuardia. Borough President Donovan Richards is dedicated to ensuring that all Queens communities and residents have the resources and opportunities to enable them to create better lives for themselves and their families, especially now as we recover from that pandemic. And by the way, as part of his commitment, Borough President Richards recently allocated $2 million in the New York City budget so that we can build new facilities for our workforce training programs at LaGuardia. This is going to enable LaGuardia to help more Queens residents train for good jobs in a growing, recovering New York City economy. And we are grateful to the Borough President for his support. Thank you, Borough President Richards, for being such an enthusiastic advocate for LaGuardia and for all the CUNY schools, all 5 CUNY schools, including the law school, in this great borough of Queens. Please put your hands together. Welcome our great Borough President, Donovan Richards. Right.
Thank you for that commercial, Ken. But thank you and good morning. And first of all, y'all all look great out there. Y'all ready to graduate class of 2022? I don't hear y'all. I really do not hear y'all. Are y'all ready to graduate? I hope you are, because our borough, our city, and our world are in desperate need of young, determined leaders such as yourselves. And I want to start with the words of a great philosopher who many of you know. And he had these eloquent words that many of you may remember. And it went like this: started from the bottom, now we're here. That philosopher is Drake. I am Donovan Richards, and it is an honor to serve as your new Queensborough president. But that title means very little to me today. Today, I'm standing before you as someone in complete awe of each and every one of your accomplishments. And I'm someone who is convinced that the future of Queens in New York City has never been brighter because of the individuals sitting in front of us today. Being here today brings me back to my own graduation right down the road from here. On that hot spring morning, I was sitting in that crowd you're sitting in today. And I may have been hurting from a grad party the previous night, like some of you might be this morning. But don't worry, I'm the borough president, so I can give you a pass on that. But on my graduation day, I couldn't help but think of what a huge moment that was for me and my family. Like many of you, I'm a person of color. I'm the son of an immigrant. And never mind graduating college, I was the first person in my family to even go to college. Like many of you, I went to class all day and then worked all night just to put myself through school. And like many of you, I wanted to give up more times than I could count. But as much as I wanted to quit, I wanted to make my loved ones, especially my parents, even more proud. They sacrificed so much just to make sure going to college was a possibility for me. My father, who immigrated from Jamaica, anybody know about Jamaica? With next to nothing in his pocket, sacrificed so much. My father just became a United States citizen 2 years ago. And the first election he was able to vote in was mine. I'm still confirming whether he voted for me, though. And I know for a fact that so many of your parents and loved ones have done the same. Some probably came from all across the world to right here, the world's borough, with only the clothes on their back and a dream to give their children a better life than they could have ever hoped for themselves. So to all the parents and loved ones and guardians in the crowd, I want you to stand up. Today is your day. Come on, loved ones, parents, guardians. Today is your day. Spouses, it's your day. Children, it's your day. Just as much as it is our graduates. You may be seated. And that one parent better not call out. I'm calling you out. But LaGuardia Community College class of 2022. We pay our loved ones back by always reminding them of our love and our gratitude for their sacrifice. So let's say your first post-grad thank you and give them a round of applause as well. I don't hear y'all. So my advice to each and every one of you on this day is to keep an open mind. Understand that even if the path your life takes is not the path you envision, and trust me, there will be a fork in everyone's road. There is possibility and promise around every bend. Whenever you feel discouraged by your direction or unsure of the worth of that degree in your hands, make sure to never hang your head. Because if you do, you'll be blind to the potential of the path you're on. It's okay to not know where your road will lead, and I can guarantee that the career you lead is the career that you seek. But what I can guarantee is that there will be plenty of opportunities to put that degree to good use, especially in this county where the governor and many of our elected officials are fighting to make sure we open opportunities for you. If there's any need for proof, I have an aviation degree, and I'm living proof. I'm the borough president. So when you walk across that stage today with your eyes up and smiles on, commit yourselves to living your life with clear eyes and an open mind. That's how we lead the most successful lives we can possibly imagine. And that's how we give back to those in our lives who sacrifice so much just to give a chance for us to celebrate and have this moment today. So with that being said, it is great to be here. I want to congratulate this college who really has been a gateway to many in Queens especially, and I could speak to my sister who graduated from LaGuardia as well. So I know you've been a gateway to many people around this borough who would not have this opportunity if LaGuardia was not in our borough. With that being said, congratulations, class of 2022, and Queens, go get the money. Congratulations.
Let's give him another round of applause. Thank you so much to our Queens Borough President, Donovan Richards. Our next speaker is Dr. Guillermo Linares, President of the Higher Education Services Corporation. Keep it going.
Good morning, graduates. It is indeed an honor for me to join every single one of you on such a special day, your parents, the faculty and staff, President Adams. Thank you so much for your leadership and for bringing this day a reality for us. 50 years of graduating students and leaders in the city of New York and here in Queens. And Chancellor, I must say that your leadership in terms of the City University of New York is exemplary. And I say that as a graduate of CUNY back in the days, as a first in his family to graduate in college. As a teacher in 5th grade in Washington Heights, a proud Dominican who lived in the Bronx and right here in Jamaica, Queens, Mr. President, and someone that did not know that rather than becoming a principal of a public school, which was my dream, the community that I helped organize in Northern Manhattan, Washington Heights, said that they had other plans for me. So I became the first Dominican to be elected to government in the United States of America. So I was to attend this graduation with someone very special to me, who happens to be trustee of the City University of New York. Her name is Mayra Linares Garcia. She could not make it today because she was impacted by the pandemic, but she sends greetings and she sends the very best for you moving forward. I could not be prouder to call her my daughter in her leadership role. And you just heard from our governor. I am part of her cabinet. My job with her is to make sure that the financial aid that the state of New York provides goes directly to the students that need it in order for them to get to the finish line as you're doing today, administering all 28 different programs, including TAP, the DREAM Act, which I introduced when I was an assemblyman, and today, I could not be prouder to be working with the governor, making sure that higher education is accessible and available to all those that want to pursue their dream of getting a college degree. So I have a few words to conclude to share with every single one of you. And I hope you take this to heart moving forward. As you reach this graduation, this beginning, new beginning, remain rooted in who you are. Be true to yourself and never surrender your core values and principles, even if it means saying no. Understand and acknowledge that opportunity exists for you because of those who came before you. Remember that those who came before you and took on challenge to give you the opportunity to be able to stand here today. And even more importantly, take a minute to thank those people, your parents, your family, and your friends who lifted you up and helped you get to the stage today. Keep doors open for others following you. Leverage your talent and skills so that other people will have an opportunity. And as you move forward in life and work, reach out and grab others and bring them along. And leave your doors open. Know that opportunity comes from unexpected people and places. And lastly, remember that teamwork is key to overcoming challenges. Find a cohort of people who will work with you to push forward. It is my sincere privilege to join you today. Thank you for having me, and congratulations, class of 2022.
Thank you, Dr. Linares. Some more energy. Give him another round of applause. More energy, more energy. I need energy. There you go, there you go. We are delighted to have an outstanding alumna from the class of 2017 address you today. After receiving an associate in arts degree from LaGuardia, Laylee went on to pursue a CUNY baccalaureate in anthropology, children and youth studies, and public affairs. To make ends meet, she worked 2 to 3 part-time jobs while attending classes across 3 different CUNY colleges and earning a 3.5 GPA to maintain scholarship eligibility. That's excellent. She graduated magna cum laude from CUNY's BA program in the spring of 2020 and is currently pursuing a master's in international affairs at Baruch College. Please welcome Laylee Lamania. Come on, a warm welcome for her, an alum, come on.
Thank you so much, Dr. Butler. Congratulations, class of 2022. I am so incredibly proud of your achievement and grateful for the opportunity to share this special day with all of you. I graduated with my CUNY BA during the pandemic in June 2020, so I feel like this is my official graduation too. I know how hard it was to get to the finish line, juggling multiple responsibilities and making tough choices and sacrifices to stay on this path. We are celebrating your strength and perseverance today. I also want to recognize LaGuardia's faculty and staff for your compassion and hard work in making this day happen for the graduates. We couldn't have done this without your support. I'd like to share how LaGuardia helped me identify and achieve my potential and reclaim my future by teaching me two very important keys to success: mentoring and seizing opportunities. First, a quick background. I grew up in Indonesia, but my childhood stopped at 13 when my father died. I lost my role model and dreams to become a teacher. I became a foster child to my relative, then was brought to New York in domestic servitude. After many years of abuse and degradation, I mustered the courage to escape. Freedom was an incredibly big challenge. I barely spoke English, had no money, no place to live, no proper identification to get a job. To top it off, slavery left me with extremely low self-esteem. Eventually, I found support, became a mentor to other human trafficking survivors, and was inspired to pursue higher education and lead an independent life. I started in LaGuardia's ESL program, then matriculated into the college, yet I still lack basic skills and understanding of how to navigate school in America. I didn't know I had to register for classes. I didn't know how to locate resources on campus. I didn't even know how to use a computer. I mean, it was 2015, not 1915. Which brings me to the first key to success: mentoring. I didn't know one person when I arrived on campus, yet knew that in order to survive, I had to find help. Initially, I found mentors who showed me the ropes into how to be a college student. Then I was lucky enough to be selected as a President Society ambassadors and had more mentors to guide me in career planning, how to write a resume, and interview for jobs. All my mentors gave me a sense of my potential, helped me restore my self-esteem, and develop the confidence to rebuild my life. I learned that mentors are critical in every stage of life, and I'll never be alone on this journey. My mentors also taught me the value of the second key to success: seizing opportunities. There were many opportunities in front of me at LaGuardia, and it was my mentors who helped me recognize them. I'd like to share a few examples. A professor told me about the President Society and suggested I apply. It sounded too prestigious, and I didn't think that I belong in any leadership programs. She explained that the programs would benefit me in the future, and that I had nothing to lose by trying. I really didn't understand what she meant by that. But I followed her advice. I realized that my professor was providing a door that would lead me to a world of possibility. I seized the opportunity to participate in all the activities and learn from the mentors, and build my confidence that I could chart a great future for myself. The next big opportunity I seized was when the transfer office introduced me to the CUNY Baccalaureate program. This is where I cemented my passion for a career working with underserved children and families like myself. And now I'm even pursuing a master's degree. Most recently, I landed my dream job at Sheltering Arms, which serves vulnerable children and families, communities in New York City. I knocked on this door knowing that I had nothing to lose. While it took a long time to get a reply and even a longer time to go through the process, I was successful because my mentor encouraged me to seize this opportunity and supported me every step of the way. You're not only graduating from LaGuardia, you're also graduating into your first stage in life. Once you walk out of here, a new set of challenges and many doors and opportunity are waiting for your knock. So make sure to knock harder and multiple times if necessary. Be prepared to walk through those doors. The harder you work and persevere, the more opportunities you'll have. If you need help, find mentors or come back to your LaGuardia. We are always here for you. LaGuardia was a turning point in my life. It gave me a community, confidence in myself, and in a future with hope and purposes. It taught me many life lessons that have shaped the person I am today. It is the gift that keeps on giving. Before I entered LaGuardia, I only knew how to survive. Now, I know how to live and thrive. So take this moment and reflect how LaGuardia has impacted you, the relationships and the skills you develop, and the knowledge you gain. You've reached a tremendous milestone, and it is my hope that you'll use it as a springboard to a successful future. It is waiting for you. So congratulations again, class of 2022.
Please give her another round of applause. Are you doing okay? You doing okay? Good, 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 good. Now it gives me an honor and a pleasure to introduce Mr. Tahu Islam, one of your fellow students. He is your representative of the class of 2022. Give him a loud ovation as he comes. Class of 2022.
All right, everyone. I'm going to take attendance. If I call your name, please unmute yourself and say here. Or type present in the chat, or you can also use the raise your hand button. Oh, wait a minute. We're not online anymore. Yes, it is really happening, you all. We're actually graduating, not online, not pre-recorded, but live in person. So who's happy to be here today? I'm happy too. Good morning, President Adams, Chancellor Rodriguez, Provost Arcario, distinguished guests, administrators, faculty, staff, alumni, friends and family, and you, the graduating class of 2022. It is my great honor to be a class representative on this very special day. And by the way, all of you are looking amazing. Dear graduates, I don't know if you know me, but I'm Talha. We were probably in the same Zoom classes together. Some of you may have seen me in this ERC building, but majority of you are probably saying, who is this guy? Did he even go to LaGuardia? I understand we're really not required to turn on our cameras, so you may not recognize me. But do you remember some of the highlights of online classes though? Remember attending classes 2 minutes before it started? Remember those awkward silences when professors would ask questions? Oh, I know you remember this one. Professor, can you hear me? Those were some of the most memorable days, wasn't it? First, I want to start by congratulating to the LaGuardia's graduating class of 2022. Getting our degree was not easy and has changed us as people. When we first transitioned to online learning in 2020, we all had our own individual struggles. Some of you were concerned about navigating platforms like UniFirst, Zoom, Blackboard, and even Lumen. Some of you were concerned about writing that very first English research paper that was due the next day. Concerned about those projects and exams. But guess what? You all survived MET 120. And for those of you who don't know what MET 120 is, it is statistics. I know, like what was that, right? And many of you were simply uncomfortable to reach out for help when needed. But despite it all, you all made it. Your hard work and dedication has paid off. So please give yourself a round of applause. Now, speaking of being uncomfortable, let me tell you guys a little bit about myself. In 2014, at the age of 11, my parents and I escaped political persecution from my country, Bangladesh, and settled in the United States. When we first came to the United States, my dad used to find jobs at the fruit carts in the street of Queens. And my mom, the lady who never worked in her life, used to find babysitting jobs just to make sure I ate properly. They would cry secretly late at night over all the obstacles that we had to go through, thinking that I was asleep because they did not want me to be affected by it. It was hard for all of us because we didn't know what the future held, for us or against us. Who I am today is the ultimate product of my parents' sacrifices and their dreams to ensure that I have a better life. Looking back, my personality and my passion were really shaped by my parents' sweats and tears and their bravery and their tirelessness. For I can't thank you enough, Ma and Baba, for everything that you have done for me. So please give my parents a round of applause. Baba, don't cry. As a child immigrant, I had a first-hand lesson learning to my surprise that life in the United States is not as bountiful as portrayed on television. When we first came to the United States, we did not even have a bed to sleep. And trust me, sleeping on a wooden floor without any fan can be extremely uncomfortable. At the age of 12, I used to go to my first part-time job collecting refundable bottles. It was fun, just like treasure hunt, but it was extremely uncomfortable when people used to stare at me. At the age of 13, I used to stand in the long lines of the food pantries hoping to get some food for the day. But that is not what made me uncomfortable, though. Having to protect my food from getting stolen did. And as life went on, there were more unexpected challenges. Now, why am I telling you all this? I never would have had the courage to say it all before I came to LaGuardia. But when I met such a diverse group of peers from all over the world, I realized I am not the only one who is going through insecurities and hardships. I'm telling you this because I can relate to you and empathize with you. I know that my LaGuardia family understands the definition of being uncomfortable and that all of you had your own unique struggles and hardships to overcome. With that in mind, I owe some shout outs. Shout out to my fellow undocumented DACA students who, despite the anti-immigration uproar and ICE deputation initiative, still took the risk to secure their future by making the decision to come to LaGuardia. Shout out to my fellow international students who left their parents far away just to get an education. But guess what? Look around. Today, our parents are your parents, and they're equally proud of you as they are of us. Today, they are your family, and we are your family. Shout out to all the single moms and single dads who are awake all night. They are awake all night typing their assignments with one hand and putting their child to bed with another. And a big shout out to all the students who are the very first in their family to get a college degree. Your perseverance will set an example for generations to come. Graduates, after today, whether you're pursuing a career or going to a four-year college, life is not going to be any easier. You will have rejections, you'll have failures, and you'll be put in several uncomfortable situations. But as one of my mentors from President Society once said, you only start learning once you're outside of your comfort zone. Consider your rejections as delayed acceptance for better things, your failures as events, and continue moving forward. Because just like college, these efforts are necessary to bring success. And while you are working towards success, always remember to make a difference. Continue to help unify our world regardless of status, race, gender, and religion. Take the initiative to make others smile because you never know how much of an impact you're making in their life. As a matter of fact, let's try it right now. I want you to look to your left and then to your right and just give a big smile and see the magic yourself. Now, what you just felt by being the reason for someone's happiness is satisfying. It is rewarding. Can you all agree to that? Just imagine how our world will look 10 years from now, 20 years from now, if we continue to make this our hobby. Class of 2022, we're obligated to give our communities the same empathy, the love, the support that we received from our loved ones, our professors, and each other. We're also obligated to be appreciative for what they have done for us. So on behalf of the class of 2022, I would like to thank some people. First and foremost, I would like to thank the parents for constantly having our back and supporting us during stressful times, and we were overwhelmed by all those papers that we had to write. I want to thank the professors for not giving up on us and constantly pushing us and then giving us extra credit and extensions because our grades are off limit. I want to thank the LaGuardia Foundation for providing scholarships to thousands of students, helping them with rent, tuition, books, and many other necessities. For those of you who don't know, but students like me don't really receive financial aid. And it was because of the foundation that I was actually able to graduate with you all here today. So please give a round of applause for the foundation and its donors. I personally want to thank my SSM squad and my HSEC peers for making my college journey worthwhile. And lastly, I want to thank my pushy mom, Nancy Marshall, an amazing and lovely person who I met during President Society, my outspoken mentor, who showed me the many possibilities that lays ahead of me, and I know I can always rely on her. She deserves a round of applause, everyone. Now, I would like to end with a quote from one of my favorite movies, Kung Fu Panda, originally by Eleanor Roosevelt. Yesterday was a history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. And that is why we call it the present. With that, I urge you to step forward into the unknown and curve your own future. Once again, congratulations, LaGuardia's graduating class of 2022. Stay true to yourself and dare to do more. Thank you.
Before I begin, I would like to thank Lely and Talho, I hope I'm saying that right, for having the courage to step forward and share your stories with us and inspire us. You are why we do what we do. And as I look out into our graduates, I see lots of tears and I see lots of people dabbing their eyes. And I want to encourage you to share your stories as well, because you will inspire somebody else when they hear your story. So make sure to say it loud and say it often. Okay. So I am Dr. Dion Miller. I am the Associate Dean for the Division of Academic Affairs. And I ask that Dr. Paul Arcario, Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, join me at the podium for a special presentation. He's right here beside me. On behalf of the LaGuardia Community College faculty, staff, and students, it is my great honor and privilege to present this certificate to you in recognition of your many years of exemplary service. The inscription reads, "In recognition of the dedication, service, and leadership to LaGuardia Community College of the City University of New York, for your commitment to the students, faculty, and staff of LaGuardia Community College, and for living the mission and core values of our institution, we honor Paul Arcario, BA, MA, MED, EDD. We all wish you a happy and healthy retirement.
I would like to say a quick thank you. Hi, students. I want to thank all of you, because your success is a gift to me. Your success is a gift to all of us. Your success is what makes our work at LaGuardia meaningful. I want to wish you ever more success and remind you that for every action you take, for every interaction you engage in, you have the opportunity to make it meaningful for you and make it meaningful for others, sometimes in ways that you won't even know. So thank you all so much. Thank you.
Is your microphone on?
I
Paul?
don't think so.
There it is.
Is it on? Yes, okay. So graduates, you have worked very hard for several years to get to this day. And we don't want to delay you and your families from celebrating your achievements for a moment longer than necessary. Therefore, we will confer your degrees by asking you to stand as a group based on your degrees. Not yet, not yet. I'm going to call you by groups. I will call each group. Now, President Adams, I present to you today the 50th graduating class of Fiorello H. LaGuardia Community College. They appear before you, women and men, petitioners for degrees which they have earned. Individually and as a class, they have attained distinction in scholarship and in campus citizenship. On behalf of the faculty, staff, and alumni, it is my pleasure to present them for the conferral of degrees. So we'll do it group by group. Will the candidates for the Associate of Arts degree in Communication Studies, Education, Education Associate, the Bilingual Child, English, Film and Television, Human Services, Liberal Arts, Philosophy, Psychology, and Spanish-English Translation, please stand if that's one of your majors.
Upon recommendation of the faculty of LaGuardia Community College and by the authority vested in me by the City of New York, I hereby confer upon each of you the Associate of Arts degree with all the rights and privileges, obligations, and responsibilities thereto pertaining. In testimony thereof, you will receive a diploma bearing the seal of Fiorello H. LaGuardia Community College and signed by the appropriate officers of the Board of Trustees, the City University of New York, and the college. And the Chancellor, too, late at night. Congratulations. Provost Arcario, let's continue.
Okay, that group may sit down. Our next group, will the candidates for the Associate of Applied Science degree in Commercial Photography, Computer Technology, Energy Technician, Industrial Design Technology, Music Recording Technology, New Media Technology, Nursing, Nutrition and Culinary Management, Occupational Therapy Assistant, Paralegal Studies, Paramedic, Physical Therapist Assistant, Programming and Software Development, Radiologic Technology, Travel, Tourism, and Hospitality Management, and Veterinary Technology. Please stand.
Looking good. Upon recommendation of the faculty of LaGuardia Community College and by the authority vested in me by the City of New York, I hereby confer upon each of you the Associate of Applied Science degree with all the rights and privileges, obligations, and responsibilities thereto pertaining. In testimony thereof, you will receive a diploma bearing the seal of Fiorello H. LaGuardia Community College and signed by the appropriate officers of the Board of Trustees, the City University of New York, the gentleman to my left, and the college. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating these new graduates of LaGuardia Community College. All right.
Okay, please be seated. We'll have our next group. Will the candidates for the Associate of Science degree in Accounting, Biology, Business Administration, Computer Science, Criminal Justice, Electrical Engineering, Engineering Science, Civil Engineering, Environmental Science, Fine Arts, Liberal Arts, Math and Science, Mechanical Engineering, Music Performance, Physical Sciences, Public Community Health, Theater, and Therapeutic Recreation. Please stand.
Chancellor, did you notice that LaGuardia is the third largest producer of STEM majors in the whole CUNY system? Upon recommendation of the faculty of LaGuardia Community College, by the authority vested in me by the City of New York, I hereby confer upon each of you the Associate of Science degree, with all the rights and privileges, obligations, and responsibilities thereto pertaining. In testimony thereof, you will receive a diploma bearing the seal of Fiorello H. LaGuardia Community College and signed by the appropriate officers of the Board of Trustees. Chancellor, you'll sign those too? The Chancellor of the City of the University of New York and the college. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating these new graduates of LaGuardia Community College. Provost Arcario,
Okay, please be seated. Please be seated for our next group. will the candidates for the certificate programs in paralegal studies and practical nursing, as well as the candidates for the high school associate degree programs in liberal arts, social science and humanities, energy technology, business administration, computer science, criminal justice, electrical engineering, liberal arts, and liberal arts, mathematics and science, and mechanical engineering. Please stand.
Congratulations. Graduates, some of you know that on Friday on campus we had the pinning ceremonies for our LPN graduates, some of which are here today, and our nursing students. Nursing graduates, congratulations to you as well. Upon recommendation of the faculty of LaGuardia Community College and by the authority vested in me by the City of New York, I hereby confer upon each of you the Associate of Science degree, with all the rights, privilege, obligations, and responsibilities thereto pertaining. In testimony thereof, you will receive a diploma bearing the seal of Fiorello H. LaGuardia Community College and signed by the appropriate officers of the Board of Trustees, the City University of New York, and the college. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating these new graduates of LaGuardia Community College.
And now, will all the graduates please stand? Okay. As graduates, you may now move your tassels from the right to the left side of your caps. Let's have a big hand for our new graduates. That concludes our ceremony. We request that the audience remain in your seats until the recessional has ended and all those on the stage have exited the quad. Thank you all.
Thank you and congratulations.